get started? Hopefully you can hear me. Hello everybody, Happy New Year. My name is Jim Uziel, and welcome to LA2M. Can I see a show of hands? Do we have, I think we have quite a few, but first timers here at LA2M? Great, welcome. We're so happy you're here. We hope you come back again. We're here every Wednesday except for major holidays. But we're right here in this location. We have great speakers every week, so we're happy you're here. A couple quick things, especially for the first timers here. We're going to go through, we have a wonderful speaker today. It's probably one of the reasons you're here. Derek's going to do probably about a 30-minute presentation or so. And then we'll have some time for Q&A afterwards. And then the best part of LA2M at the end, we'll have an opportunity to go around and introduce ourselves. Just a quick passing of the microphone. You can introduce yourself, say your name, your company. If you have maybe a specific ask, you can certainly do that. Is it working? Do a quick microphone check. Yeah, it's working. All right. All right, there we go. So, where we were at. So we're going to do a quick presentation, then we'll have Q&A, and then we'll pass the microphone around. Hopefully it'll be working so you can introduce yourself and meet others, and then we'll have hopefully time to network afterwards. So, LA2M, this is our 8th year here as LA2M. Started out as a small organization talking about marketing ideas and how other marketing professionals can help each other. And it's grown into quite a great organization. We have great people who do a lot of work here. It's a volunteer-based organization. Roger's over here, he videotapes each week, so we're live on the web. So if you're not able to make it here, you can always watch us live streaming at la2m.org. Yeah. So you can always catch us on the web if you're not there. And also we archive each week's presentation. So Derek will probably tell you some great things today, and if you forget next week, you can probably go on and watch it again so you can take notes. And you can see our previous speakers as well. We have a great lineup this season, and we're really looking forward to it. So we hope you do come back and join us again. As well as videotaping. Carter's over here, he takes pictures. Those pictures go up on our Facebook page. So take a look maybe in about a week or so. Carter will upload those. And so we have a lot of great people that do a lot of great work for the organization. So we're happy you're here today to be a part of this. The other way that LA2M is very successful is one of the reasons we're successful is we have great sponsors. Each month we have a monthly sponsor that gives the opportunity to be up in front of you guys, share their company, share a little bit of information about their company, and it's a great opportunity. If you're interested or your company's interested in sponsoring, please see myself or Derek afterwards. We'd love to talk to you about it. We are very fortunate that we have some corporate sponsors as well. We have a diamond sponsor, and that is Briarwood Mall. They're our annual sponsor. There's some information in the back on them, as well as a business card with Denise Murray. If you are interested, or your company's interested in any marketing opportunities at the mall, that information is back there. We are also happy to have a gold sponsor, which is Washtenaw Community College. They have great digital programs, marketing programs. We'll be getting some new semesters starting for them, so we'll have some new brochures coming, so hopefully next week. But you can always look up Washtenaw Community College online. They have great digital marketing programs to offer. We also have a monthly sponsor. You want to do it now, or you want to wait till?
I can do it.
Actually, Derek and Ingenex Marketing is our monthly sponsor for January, so he's going to work it into his presentation. I think you'll hear a little bit about Ingenex as you go along anyway, so I think he gets about a half-hour commercial. So, with that being said, am I missing anything else? I think we're good. So, the real reason you're here, not to hear me talk, but to hear Derek talk. So we're very fortunate to have Derek here speaking today. He's usually here every week, but today he gets to speak a little more in depth. And I know he's going to share some great knowledge about lead generation to higher education. So without further ado, if you could put your hands together and welcome Derek Mehraban.
All right, hi everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
It's good? Okay, great, thank you. Thanks for being here. LA2M is always exciting. It's always like a technology adventure. But we got the microphone working, that's great. And Mary Lou wasn't here today, she had surgery, so Allison and Courtney checked in, which was great. So everything seems to be working out. It's a real team organization. And yeah, my company is sponsoring this month. It's kind of funny that I'm speaking, we're sponsoring. It's like, geez, what is this guy? do so much with LA2M. The reason I sponsor is it's a great value, only $250. But it's a great way to get the name out about your company and help out a nonprofit. This is a nonprofit organization, 501c3. So by coming, you're helping support us, and really what we try and do is provide programming every week for you. So glad you're able to make it. So, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. This first talk is often an inspiring talk to motivate your new year. We've done goal-setting talks in the past. This talk is more focused, as you can see, on lead generation, specifically for higher education. But I think even if you're not working in higher education, you should be able to learn something here. And I think that's the goal, is every week we want people to learn something, enjoy themselves, maybe make some good connections, enjoy lunch at Conor O'Neill's, and so forth. So a little bit about, I'll just get started. I forget I have a talk here. So I'll just get started. So a little bit about me. That's me. You guys can see this. That's me with Curtis Drummond, who is a defensive back from Michigan State, All-American, great guy. I'm a Spartan. I am a Spartan. Any Spartans in the room? Do you? Okay, thank you. Go away. I know it's an Ann Arbor town, but that's all right. We love Wolverines. I always say, have you hugged your Wolverine today? My wife is a Wolverine. So yes, I have. But at Ingenex, our goal is to really focus on delighting digital users. Everything we do comes down to, did you have a great experience with what we've created? And I think that's a big part of the interaction. People are delighted. There's a good chance they're going to do business with you. You know, we try and do that. And then deliver breakthrough results. We also like to track everything back to the results. Is it measurable? That's one of the great advantages of digital marketing, and we are a digital agency. We like to be able to measure and track what is happening. And you would be amazed at how much time we spend when we work with a client to set up all the tracking mechanisms on analytics, conversions, and to really make sure that everything is ready so that when the marketing system starts running, there's a clear picture of what's happening, a clear dashboard that a client can look and say, okay, I see this is working, this isn't working, you know, I'm spending too much here, let's spend more here, et cetera, et cetera. So we'll talk more about that today, about how automation works and those kind of breakthrough results that we'd like to get. And I'm sure you would like to get. These are some clients we've worked with over the years. We have worked with educational clients, and this talk is specific to education. But you can just see a variety of clients. Everything we do is custom and diverse. So it's not just because we're generating leads, we focus on lead gen, we can do it for anyone. So what is lead generation? And the reason I have this photo up there, this photo, what does this photo look like to you? What does it say to you? Family. What else? Happy? Food. Enjoying yourself?
Yeah.
You know, I think as marketers, and many of you are marketers, when your marketing system is running well, you can go home at night and you can enjoy a nice meal with your family. When leads are coming in, when the cash register is ringing, you just feel good, right? So our job as an agency is to help our clients be able to feel good, to be able to live their life, to be able to take vacations, be with their family, do what they want. And that's, you know, we kind of call that the lead generation. We invite people to join the lead generation because we know how to generate leads, and then you can, as part of that, really enjoy yourself and live a great life. And that's what, you know, we all try and do. I mean, we have to have a career because we make money, which allows us to support our family and do the things we want to do. So if you're able to, as a marketer, generate leads and drive traffic and grow your company, then you're going to be able to do whatever you want, whatever that is. And so anyways, that's kind of why we say it like that. But let's also go into what is lead generation and how do we do it. We often say understanding the client is the first goal. Okay, so when we work with the company, we dig in, like why do you do what you do? What makes your company special? Why is somebody going to want to do business with your company? What is unique? What is important to you? You know, what are your goals? And really, we find that understanding the client and digging for those nuggets that are really unique to the client, and we have some really cool companies in the room right now. Eastern Michigan, I thought of you, Ted, because Eastern Michigan, I thought, has done a really good job of, you know, I am true EMU, really figuring out what is important to become a part of EMU, and I love that. But that's kind of part of it. It's really digging down to understand what's going to motivate someone to come to EMU. Or ProQuest is in the room, and I'm really thankful you guys are here. I mean, it's another big brand that works very hard to tell people, here's what we do, here's why you should come to us. There's some really good things. So our first job is to understand you thoroughly, and then we work to really understand your audience, okay? When I say everything we do is custom, it is, because everyone has a different audience. You know, so me, running an agency, I work with, CEOs and VPs of marketing, etc. But you as your own company, you're dealing with different people. Whether it's, HR advisors, whether it's purchasing departments, whether it's working directly to students. If you're an academic institution, you're working directly with students. Maybe it's other administration. And so it's really important to define all of the people that you want to influence. If you're going to be doing marketing, you need to understand who the players are. And so that's one of the most important things we do first, is to kind of define them, segment them, and really paint a clear picture of them so that you can look at that person and you know that person. You say, I know this person, I know what's going to motivate them, I know what information they're looking for, because I've spent time to understand them. And that's really key to any successful marketing campaign. So that's kind of the second step. And then delivering excellence. And this is really a combination. It's a combination of a collaborative effort between us and the client to really, create those delightful experiences that are really engaging and move the ball forward and help them reach their goals. That's kind of what we do. Here's a more focused description of that. We can talk about this a little bit. And some of you may have seen this, especially if you have experience with inbound marketing. But anyone that's coming to you, I'll explain this briefly. Anyone that's coming to you, they're coming to you as a stranger. Okay, some of you mentioned that you're trying to, there's a lot of people that are out there that could be a prospect for you. They don't know your company yet. They don't know your company. So they come to you as strangers. We work to attract them in a variety of ways through blogs, keywords, social media. You can attract them organically, or you could drive traffic through paid. One of the things we found, and a lot of you are probably dealing with, is people don't like to be solicited. You ever get telemarketing calls or even solicitation emails out of the blue? These days, today's consumer is very educated. Today's consumer knows what they want, and when they're ready to buy, they're going to come find you. That's just the way it is. So when I'm ready to buy a service, I'm going to come find you. I don't need you to track me down and try and sell me, because I don't have time to talk to you. So what we do, we attract them. Our job is to make companies findable and to make educational institutions findable, so that when people are ready to come to them and purchase, once they come to you, they become a visitor. So they visit your website. And a lot of companies come to us, they're educational institutions, and they're like, yeah, we have a decent amount of traffic, but then what? Then what? They never can answer the next step. And visitors are great, but the trick is to convert them. What does that mean? A conversion, it's nice to have a visitor, but if I come and leave your website, you never know. You didn't know it was me. But if I convert you, which means you give me something I want, we'll talk about this in more detail, but we use forms, calls to action, landing pages, which allow you to exchange information, and then you become a conversion or a lead. Okay, this is lead generation. You become a lead. Traffic is great, but traffic does you no good if you don't know who they are and you can't do anything with them. So once we get their information, really just name and email is enough to get started. Then we work to close them. What we find is that when people make a first touch with your organization, when they make a first contact, they're probably not ready to buy yet. Okay? They're coming to you because they found you, maybe you had something provocative, but there's a good chance that they're not ready to pull the trigger. Especially if you have a product that is maybe a higher priced product, or a product that's going to take a longer decision-making process. For example, where am I going to go to school? As an educational, as an example. That's kind of a long process, and I may not be ready to sign on the dotted line at the moment I inquire. I'm not. So what we do is we work to close them, and we do that by nurturing them through email. We use testimonials from other prospects that have bought the service, and workflows and automation. And some of you are familiar with the concept of marketing automation. Some of you, marketing automation allows your marketing system to be working for you in the background while you are doing your daily life. We talk about that family that was enjoying themselves, that people enjoying themselves every night, it's because their marketing system is working. And these days there's tools that automate. So when somebody comes in as a visitor and becomes a lead, there is what's called a workflow that will ping them, depending on their actions, with, hey, did you know about this? Or hey, since you downloaded this, you might be interested in this. And it moves them forward, okay? It moves them forward and gets them to take action, which is essentially driving them towards purchase. And then they become a customer. Okay, once they buy, they become a customer. And then our job, and we talk about academic, we talk about retention is a big part of this. Everybody knows it's much easier to keep a client than it is to get a client, right? So if you get a client, if you get a student to join your university, if you get somebody to buy your product or service, it is so important to continue to delight them. You just can't leave them hanging. You need to keep delivering results. And we do that through social monitoring, smart content, email. Email is a great nurturing tool. Social media is a great nurturing tool. And then they become promoters. And what they do is when they promote you, then they tell their friends. And that starts the whole cycle again. So, any questions on this? Okay. This is what I would consider some basic marketing principles. So these are the elements that we deal with. And a blog is totally essential, but you can see there's your blog, there's your website. We use paid search, we use landing pages, we use email, social media, and paid social. I put paid social separate because it is. It's one thing to tweet, it's another thing to run a paid social campaign with Twitter cards or to do media spend on LinkedIn or Facebook. It's a different thing. And then there's core content. The core content is always focused on what your audience persona really needs to hear and wants to learn from you. So these are the elements. And this kind of goes over the purchasing decision. Now this graphic right here, what this shows is that, you remember we talked about when people are ready to buy, they will come find you, okay? Your job is to be findable. But it's not just to be findable, it's to be findable with really good and relevant information. So when somebody comes to you in the discovery phase, there's this, and this shows the level of influence, okay? The more influence you have at the beginning and in the consideration phase, at the end, people are just ready to buy, okay? So our job is to make you findable, to get people to come in here at the beginning, and then we give them more and more information. This is when people are doing heavy research. They're reading everything about you. They're reading reviews. They're reading about your products. They're reading about your services. Why are you unique? Why should they spend time with you? And our job is to move them through that and to really give them a high amount of information at the consideration phase so that when they're ready to choose, you are at the top of their mind. Too often, again, what happens is, people just come in really at the end and they didn't, don't have any good information. And a company or a brand that really spends time in educating and teaching their customers, their potential customers, will do a much better job of closing them because it's a much more informed buyer at that point. Make sense? Great. So how does it work for higher education? Alrighty, so we got to look at the players. These are the elements that we're going to talk about today as kind of a sample case study for higher education. Okay, so first you have the students, all right, and then your students, and we'll talk about them in a minute. You have your in-house marketing team. All right, there's always a smart in-house marketing team. Great organizations always have them. There's your agency team. I put a picture of my company up there just because that's an example. I have to go find stock photo. But there's your agency team, which I think is important too. And then there's influencers. And influencers could be parents, it could be community influential figures, maybe pastors sometimes, friends. So let's just talk about each of those. So today's students, again, highly educated, very digitally focused audience. And looking at universities, oftentimes, of course they have websites, but they still have a lot of analog systems and brochures and ways of doing things. And these students, again, they're going to find the information they want. When they're ready to buy, they're going to come find you. And they are very open to being communicated with on digital, as long as you communicate on their terms. So that's something to think about. When we look at them as an audience, and let's just think of undergrad students, that's one thing to consider. So the marketing team, I see University Marketing and Recruitment All-Stars. Now again, these are very smart people. The marketing teams in-house are often overworked. When we've worked with companies, these people are very busy. They have a lot on their plate. They are managing large projects, initiatives, whatever that is, whether it's creating brochures, managing the website, running events, handling different programs of email marketing, whatever. These people are very, very, very busy, okay? And what we find is that when we work with companies in a collaborative nature, we do a lot of the heavy lifting that they don't have the time to do. And by doing that, it allows you to ideally generate leads and be able to still have a quality life, which is very important. The agency team, let's just talk about the reason these in-house marketing teams, the experience that is required to run campaigns like this is very diverse, okay? So we have just an example. So we have, there's me. Ben is our senior marketing strategist. So you really need a strategy component. That's really important. And even if you have really good ideas on strategy, it's good to have someone to bounce ideas off of and really formalize and crystallize the plan. Andrea is our marketing operations manager. She kind of keeps things running in the office. John is our web developer. Now, web is a huge component of this. We have in-house web because our clients will often need, I need a landing page built. I need an email template. I need analytics installed. Yes, Susan?
When you started talking about in-house, I thought you meant at the university, the marketing team within the university or the company.
Well, I am. So this is the marketing team at the university.
Yeah.
Now, these people, though diverse, my point is that they're often very, very, very busy already. So when you really want to start running a lead generation campaign, if you partner with an outside firm, then you can cover all those extra bases. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. And then we have Jordan does all our analytics, PPC, paid search, paid social. Again, huge, diverse component that a lot of organizations don't have. Courtney is our graphic designer, and Allison is our content strategist. We don't have everyone up here, but just to give you an idea, a diverse team. You need people creating content. You need people that are going to manage your measurement, your analytics, make sure everything's running properly. You need people that are going to be able to update your website and your emails and keep it running smoothly. You need strategy. So that's part of the success. And then how do you deal with those parents, teachers, and other influencers? Now these people, they may not be your main persona. In any company, when you're selling something, there's going to be the people that are your main customers, and then there's going to be the influencers of those, okay? And that's why when you break it out in personas, it's important to consider both, because how I'm going to communicate with a parent is different than how I'm going to communicate with a student. It just is. Parents want to hear different information. The student might want to hear about the social life and how fun it is at the university. The parents may want to hear about how it's going to help them get a job, or how it's very reputable, or top 50, or et cetera, et cetera. So how you tailor those messages, very, very, very important, okay? And one of the things I'm going to touch on in a minute is when you're running a lead generation campaign for higher education or for any company, it's very important you can create core content and offers for each persona. Okay, I'm going to go into some detail, but I'm going to create offers for students, I'm going to create offers for parents, I'm going to create offers for teachers and community influencers, and we'll talk more about that. Okay, so some of the problems. The problems these days for educational institutions, it's highly competitive. Many universities competing for the same students. Enrollment numbers are trending down nationally, and I think that's probably financial reasons, I would guess. But universities, they really want the best quality students, and they're also looking for the best fit. It's not just about getting 100,000 applicants if they're all not good, right? Again, that's it. A lot of our clients, they get too many leads that aren't the right leads, right? So it's very important, and part of the job that we do is we sift down and filter down so that you just end up with the right leads. Because nobody has time to deal with all the leads. Again, it's a big problem that our clients have. And then it's a digital world, so your online must supplement your traditional. Okay, so if the marketing team has all these programs running, your online needs to be supplementing that, and that's kind of where we come in as a helper. So let's talk first about the offer. So companies come to us and they want to attract more leads. Okay, we say, well, what do they want to hear? What are they interested in? What can we work with here? We find most of our clients have really good content already. Okay, they have really good things, and this is one of our clients at Spring Arbor University. They have a ton of good material. And our clients, we find they have white papers, they have pages on websites, they have print brochures, they have lots of things that have really good information. But the trouble is people can't find them, they don't know where they are, they're buried somewhere, maybe they're giving them away for free with no conversion attached to it, no email exchange. So basically what happens is they're not, all the great content that these brands have spent time developing, it's not working for them, okay? So what we like to do is we pick the best items, and really this is great, it's kind of like shopping. You know, you go, oh, let's take this one, take this one. We turn them into digital equivalents, okay? And then we put them behind a landing page. So the landing page, again, is optimized with a powerful headline, et cetera, et cetera. I'll talk about landing pages in a minute. But the point is that a lot of companies already have this. When they come to us, they say, well, we can't create all this content. We don't know how to do it. Always look what you have first. Sometimes the things that you have could be turned into very provocative offers. And again, different offers, different personas. That's something to remember. So the landing page, here's the landing page. Once we create that offer, we put it behind the landing page. This is where the conversion takes place, okay? Companies and universities that have more landing pages will convert more customers. Why? Because these landing pages will be found by your audience, okay? We make them very findable by your audience. And the more you have, the more audiences you can target, the more people will come in. Yes, Susan?
Okay, this is really dumb, but
Yeah.
I thought the landing page was like the first page you see when you go to a company, or I just didn't know that.
Well, it is. She said the landing page was the first page you see. We are going to drive you to this page, which means this is the first page you're going to see. Does that make sense? This page is going to be linked from a social post. It's going to be linked from maybe a Google ad, and it's going to bring them there. Yes, Jim?
So it may not be a company or a university's landing page. I think that's what Susan's going towards.
Homepage.
Homepage, yeah.
It's not, homepage.
It's not necessarily the homepage.
I see, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
People can find the homepage, but the trouble is if people drive traffic to the homepage, then there's no, everybody's like, now what? So if you drive traffic to the landing page, the difference is we remove all the navigation, okay? We have an easy to follow path to conversion. People like to be told what to do. It is very clear what to do here, okay? You make it very clear, here's what you need to do. Here's the benefit of doing it, all right? And then a simple form. The minimum amount of information you need, put it there. And there's really no way out of this page except to back out. That's why it's a landing page. They call it a squeeze page. Thanks, Jen. A squeeze page. Like, oh, get the squeeze play. You know, it's like, what do I do? I better get my email. But they want to. They want to. I mean, the goal here, when you delight digital users, I'm giving you something very valuable. Wow, I wanted that. I wanted that brochure. I really want to see some pictures of this university. I really want to get some information about this product. You know, I want to learn more about this team. I'll easily give you my email. So then blog posts. Blogs are essential. Blogs are essential to any successful lead generation campaign. Does anyone know why? Audience participation. Content? Yes. Relevant content, targeted content. Engaging. Ease of publishing. New. Yeah, the blog keeps your site fresh. When we launch a campaign, so remember we just talked about core content and that we put out there? We have landing pages, and then what we do is we usually write 3 to 4 blog posts that drive back to that, okay? 3 to 4 blog posts that can talk tangentially about the same topic that will help you show up for different keywords, okay? Different search terms, because you never quite know what people are looking for when they come to you. So we use different keywords and different paths to that. And then we take these blog posts and, I don't know, you know, some things about these, you know, it's good to have compelling images. It's good to have calls to action in your post. We use embedded links. Sometimes you can put an actual physical button. But like some of the points you guys brought up, why they're valuable, new content, SEO benefit, links to offers, okay? Once we have these blog posts published, then we drive traffic to them, okay? I'll talk about different ways to do that. One is email marketing. Now, this seems complex. I don't know if this does seem complex. Does this seem complex? It's really not that complex. but your email drives to your blogs. Okay, your email drives to your blogs. Again, the email. A simple email with some provocative information, and then boom, read more, go to the article, okay? Email marketing, see you Ted, thanks guys for coming. They had to leave early. But anyways, email marketing is a great way to show results, okay? But again, if you don't have them click out of the email, you never really know what happened. If I read your email, that does you no good as far as you're trying to figure out what happened there, because I could have just opened it and deleted it, right? If I open your email in my Gmail, it does me no good. But the action is to click and to actually go to the website. That's a conversion, okay? That's a conversion. And in marketing automation, when somebody does that, you know, it really helps you track them. It helps you get an understanding of their behavior, and then you can track their path on your website after that, which is wonderful. So we're always encouraging you to click more. And then it's also the ultimate nurturing tool. Once somebody comes into your system as a lead, they don't mind getting your emails if they're good. You know, so the trick is to keep moving them forward. Each email has an action. Once they've completed so many actions, it really shows they're interested. Then you can call them. Okay, then they become really a prospect. Again, social media marketing is a big part of this. So those blog posts that we've been creating make great social posts. You take that one blog post, you can put it on 4 or 5 different social networks, driving back to it. Some of the tricks are you really need to think of what networks are best. If your audience is not on social networks, then you don't need to post there. But they probably are if you're an educational institution. Students, even graduate level students. So tools like Snapchat and Instagram are really good for younger crowd. So it's always good to kind of see opportunities to reach people depending on what they look for. And then we feel that we use social to drive leads. Okay, social is a lead driving tool. Why not? It's not just for chatting, it's for driving leads, but it's also a great retention tool. Social media helps people feel good about your product, it keeps them educated and updated, and it's a really good place to interact, just because it's what people are used to these days. Paid search, and yes, guys.
I just have a quick question.
Yes.
About social. When you're working with a client,
Yes.
are you posting to social media, or are you looking to the college or the school to do that?
Okay, so the question is, are we as the agency posting the social media for the client, or are they doing it themselves? It depends.
Right.
Some clients have their own social team and they feel very comfortable doing it. So we actually work off of a content document, which is basically a Google spreadsheet, where we have the Twitter, we usually shorten the link for them. We write the content in tweet format, and Facebook format, and LinkedIn format. And then once we get all that approved, then they have a schedule and they publish it. We often will publish it for them if they want, using tools like Hootsuite or HubSpot.
So that's kind of my follow-up question is, if you were writing the content, where's the loop?
Yeah, so we all work off of a spreadsheet, and everyone sees it, and we work on a schedule. So, yeah, good question. So paid search social. Paid search is very, very, very important, okay? If you have a great website, organic traffic is half the battle. And we always encourage our clients to have diverse traffic sources. When you look at your analytics, it's important to have diversity. So you want to have organic traffic, which means people are finding you through natural SEO. You want to have a good mix of paid traffic. You want to have some social traffic. And you want to have some direct traffic. Why? Because all these systems are always changing. And if you rely too much on one, like for example, Google changed their algorithms a few years ago. If your site was all organic, boom, Google shifts. Next thing you know, you're getting organic traffic. We encourage a mix. And every client, when we build and set up your website, we make sure Google Analytics is set up properly. We set up your analytic conversions properly. And we usually create a Google AdWords account for you. Just because at some point you're going to say, hey, you know what? I need more traffic. And the quickest way to drive traffic is through relevant ads. Now in the educational market, it's highly competitive. Okay, you will spend $10 to $20 a click to try and drive traffic easy to your university. So it's very competitive. And actually on general keywords, do you have a question back there?
Yeah, go ahead, finish your thought.
Okay, well general keywords actually have a low click-through rate, under 1%. So paid for higher education It's a supplement, but you can't rely on it unless you just have a lot of budget. And the low click-through rate is for general keywords like, university and colleges and stuff. Now it's different when you get more specific. Like if I say Michigan State University or University of Michigan B School or school of social work. But then paid social is often a way to reach a targeted audience. We like paid social, allows you to really segment. You can segment, oftentimes educational groups will be segmenting geographically, by age, by interest. So we like some of those segmentation tools that are available these days. Yes, Diane?
You said you had percentages of mix. Can you give us a percentage? You said there's a good mix of social, organic, and paid. What would you recommend for higher ed for percentages?
The mix of traffic to your site?
Uh-huh.
I would say 50% would be organic.
Uh-huh.
And then really, I don't have a specific total answer for that. I think.
Then 25-25 or some,
Yeah,
depending on the school. And
20-20-10. Ben, do you have any thoughts on that? Maybe just take a bite of sandwich. It doesn't. There's no specific formula, right? The key is just to have some diversity. There's no magic.
Of course.
Yeah, it definitely does depend on what kind of things you're doing. If your university has a really strong social program going, then it could very well be that social is going to be a great driver for you just because you've already built up those social profiles. And you do a great job of engaging current students or something like that. And so it can just kind of vary based on what you're trying to do.
Thank you. Alrighty, and then analytics and measurement. Again, very important. Like I said, we spend a lot of time making sure this is set up properly. And it's important as when you're running your organization to make sure this is set up properly, because if you really want to grow and get those leads, you need to know what's happening, which offers convert better than others, dump the losers, spend more on the winners, and we're always building, testing, and refining, constantly. So the results of successful lead generation for higher education: full classrooms. These are the students I teach at MSU. But yeah, they're full, it's full, right? Happy marketing teams, happy, right? They're all partying because they're getting raises and then capital growth. Your company's growing, right? Boom, everyone's happy. That's the results. Lead generation for higher education does work. High five. All it takes is a great product you believe in, smart in-house team, right? We like to work with smart teams. If the company does not have an in-house marketing team, it is very difficult to work with them. It's really difficult to work directly with the CEO. It just is. It's really important that people understand marketing in the company to collaborate with, because there is so much work to do. It's collaborative. And then also a talented agency partner, which could be us or any other agency you choose to work with. But this mix really does work. So thank you. I wanted to leave a couple minutes for questions. I think we have 5 minutes. Thank you very much. That's it. It should be on, Jim. Any questions?
Yeah, just turn up the microphone.
You got a couple up here.
Turn up the microphone.
Sure. Thank you for the presentation, Derek. So for social media effort and focus, have you found one network at the moment to be better for undergrad recruitment?
Not specifically, no. Twitter, Facebook, no, we haven't totally nailed it yet. So, do you run social for undergrad?
I used to. I worked for Marygrove College doing inbound marketing, and that was something that we were always trying to. It was good for retention, but we had a hard time gauging where the leads were coming in social and where to prioritize there.
Yeah, we're still working to figure that out.
Good question over here, Derek.
I just actually wanted to follow up on the point that you were making. I think I do work on marketing at ProQuest, and one of the things that we found with a lot of the social media campaigns that we've ran is that the network success, which social media network, it varies based on what the topic is. So, if we're trying to reach business researchers, it's going to be different audience than if we're trying to reach medical researchers. So, I'd imagine with students for universities, if you're trying to recruit for, a specific major, you might have to kind of do that deeper analysis. So, that's at least something that we found, definitely different based on whatever the subject matter is.
Very true. We have a question up front here.
I was just curious about some of the things you're saying about the landing page. Some of the thoughts running through my head was, I recently filled out one of those on the Chronicle to download an interesting guide, that the content I really wanted.
Okay.
I had no problem doing it because I know you have to pay to access the Chronicle of Higher Education.
Okay.
Working for a public university, I guess part of it's a little bit philosophical in the sense of, do we make people have to provide, even though it's free, their contact information in order to get content? And then on a sort of practical level, do you have information on bounce rates and sort of if there are people put off by having to provide that?
Right. Where do you work exactly?
University of Michigan.
University of Michigan, okay. Yeah, so, I mean, we find, I don't know, I don't think, I guess I understand your point, but we do feel like it's an information exchange. So as opposed to students just coming there and saying, I'm ready to apply, it could be, download the view guide for what it's like to live on U of M's campus. I mean, to me, that's interesting. So if I'm doing research, I think it's okay to put things behind those little gates. It's, I mean, they could probably get it a different way too, if they really wanted. They could call and request it or whatnot. I don't know.
So in some ways, you make it comparable to filling out a request sheet to get mailed.
Yeah, exactly. But it's instant.
Okay.
So there is value in it. Ben or John, if you guys have any comments on this question?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that people want information. Oh, thanks. Thanks. So people want information. They're trying to look. They're trying to get an answer to some question that they have. So if you can say instantly, I will give you something of value to answer that question, people are willing to give you a certain amount of information. And depending on how valuable they view that piece of information is kind of how much information they're willing to give you. That's why when Derek was talking about the forms, trying to keep it as simple as possible, where you're just trying to get the bare minimum key information, because that way you're going to keep your conversion rates high, but you're also going to get the right amount of information that you need. So if you're going to say, hey, here's a view book of campus, this is what life's like on U of M's campus. That could be really quick and not a lot of information, but if you start saying, hey, here's all the financial aid options that are available at U of M, here are the grants and things like that, then you can start requesting more information and start moving them through that sales funnel that we're talking about, and seeing how close they are to converting to submitting an application.
Do we have any other questions? Here we go.
Hi, Derek. I was going to ask you, in your experience when you've worked with companies, I know you showed results that everyone's happy, company growth. Have you guys done any stats on how much improvement you show from going from traditional to implementing this type of lead generation system inbound, and how much more effective they are in conversion?
Yes. Great question. And we do. We have some statistics and case studies. Basically, it's dramatic. I mean, a lot of our companies that we've dealt with, well, in some ways, they don't have any good measurements set up at the beginning. We know a lot of them are getting flooded with tons of inquiries, but there are a lot of tire kickers. They're not people that are ready to purchase, so they're often bogged down with that. But the results we get, and we could share some information with you, but really taking that large initial wide interest and funneling it down to high quality interest, our results are pretty astounding. And it's a slight shift in how you market, and it's about creating those relevant landing pages. And but the results have been great. I could send you some stuff. Okay, thanks.
Do we have any other questions? Okay, I think we're just about out of time, so let's give Derek a round of applause and thank you very much. I think it's great information. Obviously, it's stuff that's pertinent to the things that we do every day, both in our business and in our personal lives as well. I think we are just as much marketed to as we try to market to our clients and their clients. So it's great information to share. I know Derek will probably stick around for a few minutes, so if you have additional questions and didn't want to ask a question on the microphone, you can certainly come up and see Derek afterwards. So So now, end of the program here is usually the best part of the program here. You get an opportunity to go around, introduce yourself to the group. If you have a question or an ask, please share that with it. We'll do this quickly. We should be able to get around the room in probably about 10 or 12 minutes or so. And we'll start right up here in the front.
I'm Charlie Boxell. Got here late, sorry. I'm from Northwest Ohio. I'm an attorney, I'm a CPA, also a college professor, and this is a very relevant subject.
Why don't you stand up just so I can see you, sorry.
Randall Bilby for the School of Social Work at the University of Michigan. I'm a web developer.
Hi, I'm Robert LaRoe, also at the School of Social Work at the University of Michigan, and I'm also a web developer.
Tom Gallagher. I run a business consulting company focusing on sales and distribution and also retail for small to mid-sized businesses. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Shane Seever. I'm the marketing director for Commercial Progression, and we do Drupal website development, a lot of work for U of M. Might be some people in here that I need to meet. I just started up a couple of months ago, and I'm still starting to figure out who the clients are. But before that, I did inbound lead generation for Marygrove College and kind of built a system like this over a few years and tried to figure out how to make the most of it.
My name is David Cook. I work for Brand Google. We help brands and retailers manage their online pricing and presentation.
I'm Tracy. I'm a recent grad from EMU, Technology Management, looking to network.
I'm Jennifer Hall. I'm the marketing director at Advanced Capital. We are a financial services organization with financial advice and a broker-dealer organization.
I'm Karen Heinrichs. I run an e-commerce consultancy. One of the nuts we're looking to crack is how to do more content marketing inbound B2C instead of B2B. I've worked with products like HubSpot and Eloquent and Marketo that does this kind of amazing stuff, but it's a lot harder in the business to consumer realm. So I think that's where the action's going to be.
Hi, I'm Kathy Wilder. I'm recently retired from the University of Michigan Law School. I was a development officer for almost 20 years.
Hello, I'm Emily Bomey, and I'm a junior content producer at Ingenex Digital Marketing.
Hello, I'm John Wright. I'm the web developer at Ingenex Digital Marketing.
Hi, I'm Courtney Morrow, and I'm the graphic designer at Ingenex.
Hi, I'm Alison Moore. I'm a content strategist at Ingenex.
I am Ben from Ingenex.
Hi, my name is Louisa. I'm the marketing manager at the Arbor Art Center.
Hi, I'm Mark Coley with CTS Companies in marketing and sales, and we service, sell, and install business phone systems.
Hi, I'm Diane Sheldon-Koo. I'm an ed tech writer and marketing strategist, writing a book, interviewing provosts for enrollment officers, the enrollment officers at universities to ask them about online technology and the impact it's having on education.
I'm Christine Pampa. I work at ProQuest. I'm a marketing communications manager.
Hi, I'm Claire Stewart, and I'm a marketing campaign manager at ProQuest, focused on integrated marketing campaigns.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lau. I'm the Senior Director of Segment Planning and Enterprise Marketing at ProQuest.
Hi, I'm Lynette Bone. I'm also at ProQuest in marketing.
Susan Harris. I'm here to hear the speakers.
I'm Roger Rayle. I help with several networking groups, do a lot of live streaming, recording of video, and I guess I'll be, Shane, you're going to DNU Tech tonight?
Yeah, I'll see you tonight.
Yeah, you're going to be MC at DNU Tech?
That's right.
That's right. So DNU Tech is one of the organizations I help with, and it's for startups. We have like 4 or 5 startups present for 5 minutes what they're all about, and then get hammered by the audience for another 5 minutes, and there's networking before and after. They also have a featured speaker. Also, I run this Ann Arbor Video Interest Group. This will start in our 3rd year, so that'll be next Wednesday night at Carlisle's on Jackson Road. So it's a2vig.org if you're interested, if you need video services or if you're into video in any way.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Christie. I work at the University of Michigan Rapid Dean's Office as an administrative assistant / communications assistant. And I'm also at Eastern in the marketing MBA program.
Hi, I'm Eileen Kim. I work at Rackham Graduate School as their communications manager. I work with Vanessa.
Hi, I'm Andrea Kelly. I work at Ingenex as the marketing operations manager.
Hi, I'm Carter Sherlin from Print Studios, and I'm a commercial development photographer.
All right, and I am again Jim Uziel, and I am a web and mobile development consultant, and I work with organizations and startups with their digital strategy and helping them to optimize their mobile part of their website. So if you have a site that needs mobile optimization, I'd love to talk to you about it. One other thing, I'm going to let Derek just kind of close up here, but before we do, we want to thank everyone for coming today, especially you guys first-timers. I think ProQuest and Ingenex should rumble afterwards. We got enough people to vote, so I think we're going to have a rumble here, so that'll be awesome. But we hope you guys come back. On your table is a little business card. It's LA2M. If you enjoyed today, please take this with you. Share it with a coworker or a friend. We'd love to have you back here. It's great when we have the room filled. And sharing and learning with each other. It's great for networking. So please take the card with you, share it, put it up on your board. Maybe a reminder that we're here every Wednesday. We'd love to see you back here again. So thanks for coming. I'm going to let Derek kind of close today.
All right. Thanks, Jim. So next week, we have another exciting speaker. Next week, there's a company called Nutshell CRM. I don't know if some of you are familiar with them. It's a CRM startup company right here in Ann Arbor. And Shane Blymaster, who's their VP of Marketing, is going to be speaking on the hardest part of building a startup. So if you're interested in CRMs like Salesforce and startup in Ann Arbor and want to learn about that, entrepreneurial type stuff, then come on back next week for another great speaker. Did you guys have fun today? Yeah. Did you learn anything? All right. Good. I hope you did. I'm really grateful you came here. It makes me happy. It warms my heart to see people in the audience, especially when I'm talking because it's nervous to talk. But anyways, make sure you stay warm, dress warm, because it is cold, and make sure to help others, make money in the process, and have fun. And we'll see you next week at LA2M. Thanks for being here.